You won't believe the kind of storm swirling around Meghan Markle right now, child. The whole entertainment world's been buzzing louder than a beehive in summer heat, and this time all the whispers are circling right around her name. Words spreading like wildfire that the IRS, yes, the Internal Revenue Service itself, has suddenly taken a deep suspicious interest in her finances. Just that rumor alone has sent social media spinning out of control. Everyone's talking, everyone's guessing, and the streets of Hollywood gossip are on fire. People are whispering that Meghan's bank accounts have been frozen after what insiders describe as a massive tax evasion investigation tied to her years as the Duchess. Can you imagine? A Duchess and the IRS in the same sentence? Honey, that's a story that doesn't just walk into the news. It kicks the door open. The moment this rumor broke, you could almost feel the tremor shaking through the entertainment world. Because when you mix royalty, America, and money together, it's bound to explode. And that's exactly what's happened. Sources close to the situation are saying the IRS has stepped in with a firm, unforgiving hand. No small matter, they insist. This is about years of financial records that simply don't add up. And we're not talking about a few missing zeros. Oh no, we're talking millions. The kind of money that makes people gasp. The kind of mistake that can turn even the most glamorous life into a nightmare overnight. Now, it didn't take long for the gossip world to call this one of the biggest scandals Meghan has ever faced. And you know what makes it worse? The word jail. People are throwing that word around like candy at a parade. Jail time. Can you picture Meghan Markle behind bars? It sounds wild, unreal even. But once gossip gets rolling, it doesn't stop for reality. The rumor has legs, honey, and it's sprinting across every corner of the internet. Online reactions have been all over the place. Some folks are saying, well, I'm not surprised. That woman's always knee-deep in drama. Others think it's too outrageous to be true, but let me tell you, even the skeptics can't help but talk about it. Every single move Meghan makes seems to draw the spotlight, and this time, that spotlight feels hotter than ever. Her silence isn't helping either. Oh no, when a woman that loud about her causes suddenly goes quiet about money, you better believe people start filling in the blanks. Critics are pointing fingers, saying this all fits perfectly into the image Meghan's built for herself. Always in control, always in the center, always reaching for the lifestyle that screams luxury. They say this scandal just fits too well. Because love her or hate her, the woman has expensive taste. And expensive taste comes with expensive consequences. Observers who follow royal gossip know one thing for sure. When it comes to the IRS, baby, that's not a game. The IRS doesn't flinch, it doesn't blink, and it sure doesn't bow for royal titles. That's what makes this whole thing so juicy. People can't look away. The thought of an American duchess getting tangled in the same web that catches ordinary folks? It's the perfect mixture of shock, schadenfreude, and curiosity. Even people who never cared about Meghan before are tuning in now, sipping their coffee and scrolling through updates like it's a courtroom thriller. And you know what's fueling the fire even more? The silence. Meghan's camp hasn't said a single word. No denial, no distraction, not even a, "that's ridiculous." Just silence. And in the world of celebrity scandals, silence isn't peace, it's gasoline. Every hour she stays quiet, the rumor grows new legs. Commentators are calling it a turning point. They say that if there's even a sprinkle of truth behind all this noise, it could become one of the most defining public battles of her entire life. Because people love a downfall, especially when it's someone who once seemed untouchable. You see, those pushing the story claim this mess goes all the way back to the money Meghan made under her Duchess identity. The brand deals, the appearances, the contracts, all tangled up with royal prestige and American tax law. It's a complicated, messy web that even the best accountants wouldn't want to touch. Whether any of that's true, nobody knows for sure. But honey, it sounds real enough to keep the gossip train rolling at full speed. They say this scandal has all the elements of a Hollywood thriller. Power, money, fame, and a crash waiting to happen. A duchess turned celebrity facing off with the American tax system? That's tabloid gold. Even if it turns out to be nothing, the story itself is too delicious to ignore. Some say the whole thing will fade away soon. That Meghan's too rich, too connected, too strategic to let this blow up any further. But others argue that once the IRS comes knocking, even royal blood can't save you. That's the tug of war keeping the world glued. People are watching every move, every breath, waiting to see which side wins, the protected duchess or the merciless system. For now, all we've got are whispers. Loud, dramatic, unrelenting whispers. But those whispers are echoing across every gossip site, every talk show, every dinner table. It's rare for a story to cut through the noise this fast, but this one did. Whether it's true or not, it's already accomplished what gossip does best. It's stirred the pot, fed the speculation, and dragged Meghan's name right back into the middle of chaos. Some folks are calling it karma, saying she's finally facing the consequences of always chasing fame and fortune. Others think it's a setup, a smear campaign meant to tear her down. But that's the thing about Meghan Markle. She divides people. There's no middle ground. Half the world defends her. The other half sharpens their knives. Right now, the world of entertainment journalism is holding its breath. Everyone's waiting for the next twist. Because if this rumor turns out true, if even one bank account's been frozen for real, it's going to shake her empire from top to bottom. But if it collapses, it'll just be another reminder of how fast the rumor mill spins in her world. Either way, she's the name on everyone's lips again. Meghan Markle, the woman who can't seem to step out of controversy even if she tried. And while all this IRS noise plays in the background, there's another story quietly unfolding. A story about how Meghan's been moving lately. Insiders say she's been chasing big money deals harder than ever. They say she's become almost obsessed with closing contracts, signing partnerships, and locking down any project that comes with a serious paycheck attached. She's pitching, negotiating, calling, emailing, she's everywhere, and she's relentless. It's like she's got one goal: secure the bag. But here's the thing. People are starting to notice. That royal glow she used to carry, the aura that opened every door, it's fading, honey. It's like the charm's wearing off. Once upon a time, she'd walk into a room, and people would trip over themselves to offer her deals. But now, folks in the industry are whispering that the novelty's gone. The Duchess sparkle doesn't sell like it used to. Insiders claim Meghan's focus these days is strictly on what pays, not on what matters. They say she's not picking projects for passion or creativity anymore, just profit. The word transactional keeps coming up. People are starting to feel like every conversation with her ends with a price tag. And baby, in the world of Hollywood, once people start doubting your intentions, it's a slippery slope down. Sources say she's been aggressively negotiating for speaking gigs, podcast slots, TV features, anything that keeps her name up and her bank balance higher. And while ambition's never a sin, the vibe around her hustle feels different, colder, more calculated, less about connection, more about control. Those who've worked with her recently describe her as impressive but exhausting, driven but detached. They say she treats partnerships like stepping stones instead of relationships, and that's making some folks back away quietly. Because let's be real, nobody likes feeling like a means to an end, not even in Hollywood. And now, the consequences are starting to show. Some collaborators are hesitating to work with her again. Some brands are quietly pulling back. Behind closed doors, they're saying Meghan's all business, no warmth, that she measures everything in dollars instead of trust or long-term potential. Even when the deals still come through, they say it's getting harder. People are cautious now. Some are even calling her predictable. And that's deadly in a business built on mystery and charm. The more she pushes for control, the more transparent her motives look. She's built a reputation for controlling every narrative, every clause, every image. But the problem with control is it makes you readable. And people are reading her loud and clear. Her every move is being tracked. From Hollywood to London to Montecito. Every speech, every event, every handshake, people are asking, what's in it for her? It's gotten to the point where even her old supporters are whispering that Meghan's all about money now, not message. And those whispers hurt. Because when your brand is built on empowerment and compassion, being called cash-obsessed can crack the whole foundation. Now, those close to her team say they're aware of this growing perception. They're trying to fix it, carefully curating appearances, fine-tuning interviews, sprinkling in a bit of heart whenever she speaks. But no matter how polished her PR is, her patterns speak louder. Every new project she announces, every sponsorship she signs, it's clear she's moving fast, chasing deals like there's a countdown clock ticking behind her. Add the IRS rumor on top of all this, and the picture gets even messier. That financial storm is hanging over her like a dark cloud, and people who once lined up to work with her are suddenly second-guessing everything. Because no one wants to get caught in the crossfire of a tax controversy, especially not one this loud. It's ironic, isn't it? The same woman who once spoke so eloquently about purpose and independence now finds herself painted as the face of relentless ambition. Analysts in the entertainment world are calling it a risky shift. They say she's moving from influence to income, from legacy to liquidity. And that shift, while understandable, is changing how people see her entirely. Some say she's bold, refusing to apologize for wanting to win in a world that once cheered her downfall. Others say she's reckless, burning bridges faster than she can build new ones. But no matter how you slice it, Meghan's playing a high-stakes game, and everyone's watching to see how long she can keep her balance. Insiders close to her insist she's not slowing down anytime soon. They describe her as focused, persistent, even ruthless when it comes to business. They say rejection doesn't scare her, it fuels her. She's still chasing projects, still networking, still calling every shot she can. But that persistence is starting to look calculated, too calculated, like every smile is a strategy, every friendship an investment. And that's where the danger lies, because in a world where reputation is everything, people start pulling back when they feel played. Deals that once would have been done in a heartbeat are now taking longer, facing more scrutiny. The same charm that opened doors is now being questioned, examined, doubted. At the end of the day, Meghan Markle is walking a tightrope. one she built herself. Her royal past still shines, but her present is clouded by suspicion. She's trying to turn her fame into fortune, but the very hunger that drives her may be the thing that costs her trust, partnership, and peace. Because whether or not the IRS story is true, it's done its damage. It's changed the conversation around her completely. People aren't asking, "What's Meghan doing next?" anymore. They're asking, "What's she running from?" And that, darling, is a far heavier question. Right now, Meghan Markle's in a world where every deal is a gamble and every silence is a statement. Whether this storm passes or explodes, only time will tell. But one thing's certain, she's back in the center of chaos, exactly where the world loves to keep her. And as long as her name keeps headlines alive, gossip will never stop spinning.